Game capture is different than what it should be. Hold on. Okay. That should be better. Yes! Thank you so much for that resub, Rex. I think that makes you currently my only subscriber. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hi, Ryan. Was this the right... Yeah, this is the right place to keep captions. Today is hot and sticky and gross, so I wanted to play some coffee talk. So let's get to it. I'm trying to remember where we left off last time. I'll probably remember once we get started. Welcome. Oh, it's you. Hey, Nymeria, how's the night so far? It's calm as usual. We've got a slight problem, though. Huh? What happened? My supplier made some logistical errors. Hold on a second. Wait a second. That's wrong. We want to load our game. Yeah. Last play day 1. We did play this. Okay. Let me just double check. Yes. That was the beginning. I was like, we definitely did not leave off at the first day. Monday, September 28th, 2020. Yes, I think this is where we were. Are you sure that would be okay? Yes! I mean, it would be really hard to pull off, but it's something that'll make the story different. Different isn't always good. It's a neat concept, but you need to handle it carefully. And gracefully. I know. Oh, hey. Hey, Gala. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Mr. Gala. Am I interrupting? It looked like you were having an intense discussion. I mean, talking with Freya is always intense. Oh, we learned some new stuff about her. Oh wait, no we didn't. I read all this before. Myrtle, though. Hendry. Right, we met Rachel's dad last time. He's another cat person. And then, yes, discovered Russian tea. Okay, it's all coming back to me. It's nothing. Nymeria was just giving me feedback. It's for the book I'm writing. Sounds like a heavy discussion. What are you up to tonight? I'm just planning to sit and relax. Please don't let my presence interrupt you. Oh, don't worry about it. Although, I need to interrupt Nymeria for a moment. Sure, how can I help you? Can I have a cup of... You remember my remedy? I don't... Of course. Do you want to give it a try again? My last order didn't quite hit the spot. Remember, it's tea and ginger. The last thing is definitely a different ingredient from either of those. Okay. Remember, it has tea and ginger. Thankfully, he told me that. I feel like last time I did tea, ginger, and lemon. Let's try mint. Because I think we didn't have mint before. Ginger mint tea. Is this it? How is it? Nope. This drink doesn't even follow my guidelines. Far from it. Oh my, pardon me for the mistake. Wait, you said tea and ginger. I mean, we're looking for the other ingredients, so what gives, my man? Never mind. Anyway, please don't mind me and continue with your discussion. Don't worry, Mr. Gallo, we're done for the night. You're done? I have a lot of new homework thanks to you. You're welcome. Is Hyde coming? No, I'm by myself tonight. It's going to be a peaceful night then. That's mean, Freya. Oh, come on. I was just joking. He needs to learn how to communicate his thoughts nicely, though. He might not look like it, but he's a very kind person, you know. He doesn't show it, that's for sure. That applies to you as well. Oh my gosh. The sass on me. Oh, come on. Oh, hey. It's the sassy elf man. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Mr. Baileys. Hey, yeah. How are you doing, Freya? Not good. What's going on? Nymeria was just criticizing my story. It's called feedback. Yeah, but, you know, I will say this, as someone who's a professional editor in real life, the art of giving good feedback is very important and not very well understood. It's cruel. It's necessary. Sounds interesting. What's the problem with the story? The story is non-linear and quite complicated. Okay, David Mitchell. Imagine a choose-your-own-adventure storybook, but for adults. Sounds pretty common so far, but instead of telling you which page to turn to, each decision you make will give you a score. What? That score will determine which page you should go to. That sounds more like a video game than a book. Maybe the game we are playing ourselves. I know, it's not that original, but my target here is the mainstream audience. Huh? With the help of my publisher, this kind of book may go mainstream. Just like that Choose Your Own Adventure show on NetStream. It was nothing new, but because of the marketing and the names involved, it reached the mainstream market. That sounds interesting and highly ambitious, Freya. At least it's simpler than my other idea, which is making the novel not in the form of a book, but in the form of story cards. What? I know, right? As if she has all the time in the world. Okay, but, like, some of what I think about this, because this is what we're here to talk about, is that sometimes you need to realize that your novel is not well suited to be a novel. Sometimes you need to realize your novel is better suited to be a setting for a TTRPG world, or a game, or a short story collection. Like, novels are great. They are wildly popular for a reason, but they aren't the end-all be-all of artistic expression, or even expression via prose. So, fake me, chill a little bit. Be more like real me. And that's before even considering the sensitive issue of setting the story in a world where only humans exist. Okay, so we're returning to this. What did you say? No, there's a reason why it has to be that way. Just wait until I've finished it, okay? Alright. As Nymeria said, though, I won't have the time. Getting a normal pitch approved is already a steep climb. Let's not make the mountain even higher. Fair enough. What's the story all about, by the way? You'll have to wait for it. Don't want to spoil the fun. If you say so. Anyway, I haven't ordered anything. What do you want to drink tonight? Ginger latte, if you know how to make it. Okay, I'm guessing that's coffee, milk, and ginger. Milk, ginger, coffee. coffee, ginger milk. Yeah. Here you go. Thanks. Damn, this is good. With this kind of drink-making skill, I wonder why your place isn't any bigger. Have you seen Seattle real estate? What we have here now is more than enough for me. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. By the way, how are you doing, Bailey's? Still busy with your last client? Oh, I'm done with her. Done? As in, you're dropping the project? Hey, I'm not crazy. I still need the money. Done as in I finished the job. I spent the past few days making sure it's even done before the deadline. Yeah, I know. Sassy Ginger Twinkle, very much so. Did she like it? Oh, she loved it. She had some complaints, of course, but I convinced her. By using some design terms she doesn't understand. Dude is a scammer. So you finished your job by bullshitting her? Haha, the finest bullshit, my lady. That's one survival skill every freelancer must have. Are you working on anything right now? No. I'm just taking a break from work. I need to work on a few personal matters. Oh, yes. Your relationship drama was not going well last we checked. Oh. Like you and Lua? Something like that. By the way, I'm curious. How did you guys meet? If you don't mind me asking. I don't mind. It's just that I was young and stupid, you know. Wait a minute. He's not currently young and stupid? Could have fooled me. If you say. Oh, come on. Who hasn't been there? You're right. So, I was a bit of a player back in college. Ooh, spicy. And I was going after my then best friend's girlfriend's friend. Wait, what? Okay, I'll say it slowly. I used to have a best friend. He was an incubus. Okay. Let's call him Cognac. Cognac has a girlfriend. Still following. And that girl has a friend. The friend is the one I'm after. Ooh, okay. Got it. She was one of the hottest girls there. But everyone knew she wasn't the type of girl you'd want to date. Why? I don't want to get into details. But this succubus was super hot, and all the guys wanted to sleep with her. She was a player, too. Huh? That doesn't sound like Lua at all. Because it wasn't Lua, genius. Huh? Lua was my friend's girl. Yup. Makes sense. Holy moly! This is getting spicier. The other girl's name was, let's just call her Rose. Continue. I knew Lua thanks to her relationship with Cognac. That's a fake name you made up, right? Yes. Now will you let me continue without interruptions? Okay. So, I asked Lua a lot of things about Rose. She knew what I was after. It annoyed her so much, but I kept on bothering her. I mean, I was a pretty active guy back then. So, Lua came over to visit us at one point. I lived with Cognac back in college. I'd been out and I got back just as Lua arrived. A total coincidence. We went into our place together and witnessed something surprising. What? Cognac was sleeping with Rose. Holy mother of moly! I saw the look on Lua's face. The disbelief, anger, sadness. And without even thinking about it, I punched Cognac in the face. Dude, that sucks all around. You what? I got into a fight with him. Oh, I haven't told you. Cognac was a Brazilian jiu-jitsu tutor for kids. Way to bury the lead here. He's pretty good. Oh my. Yeah, I landed that one punch, and he beat me to a pulp. Easily. Lua begged me to stop fighting on her behalf. More like she begged Cognac. Hey, I wasn't kidding. I lost, but I don't give up so easily. I was beaten pretty bad, so Lua took care of my injuries. We grew closer after that, and I don't even remember the exact date, but suddenly that friendship turned into a relationship. That was one hell of a story, I'll say. I know. Have you seen her by any chance? Yeah, Lua came by a few days ago. How is she doing? She hasn't returned any of my calls or texts. Well, she's healthy, that's for sure. She got into an argument, though. With whom? There was this male model. A model? I didn't think she was the type of girl to go out with a model. She's not going out with a silly. He's hundreds of years old. Oh, they weren't together. What were they arguing about? Well, we were talking about your relationship. Lua told us about the reason behind the fight. About your family stuff. And then this guy, Hyde, joined the discussion. What did he say? He didn't understand why Lua would insist on getting family approval, considering, you know. What? You're willing to leave your own family. You would do that for her? Yes, I would. I'm sick and tired of my family. Why would you say that? Let me tell you about my family. Or, I should say, most elven families. They all think they're so high and mighty. If you're born an elf, there are certain unwritten rules you must follow. Reputation and appearance are everything. We must never, ever make our family look bad. You can only befriend certain people. You must dress a certain way. You can only have certain jobs. Jobs that are deemed worthy and successful. Like being a doctor, a lawyer, a CEO. You know. Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to be an artist. I love drawing and creating art. However, becoming an artist is not something that elves would deem suitable. Unless you become the next Da Vinci. Well, how do you know if you don't try, huh? So when I switched from a business major to an art major, my parents went crazy. Screamed like they were on fire. They told me that I'd never be rich or successful. All that because you chose an art degree? You want to know the worst part? They blamed Lua. What do you mean? They blamed her for my decision to pursue my passion for art. Yelled about how her kind is ruining the country. Accusing their religion of worshiping the Dark Lord. Accusing her of putting a spell on me and cursing the family. Whoa. I mean, come on, this is the 21st century. That's so not cool. I don't want to sound judgmental, but your family is racist. Tell me about it. Lua is the only person that can make me feel alive. Whoa, okay. Look. That right there does not seem like the greatest dynamic. Like, I understand caring about a person a lot, but being like, you're the only one that can make me feel alive is very extreme. She showed me how I can be free and pursue my dreams. Okay. I don't understand why Lua is so obsessed with the idea of reconciliation with my family. I just don't get it. I have no problem leaving my family, you know. I would happily leave them for the both of us. What about her? What about her and her family? That was what I was saying. I was like, if this is something that's like really important to her and her folks, you may be happy to leave your family. However, it may not be the same for her. I Gala, do you have something to say? Perhaps you could give us a different perspective. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop. I couldn't help overhearing your story. I assumed that the person you're talking about is not an elf, correct? Yeah, she's a succubus. I see. I'm a werewolf. For werewolves, the wolf pack is the most important thing. We'll put family before any other. We often have our own problems within the pack, but we won't abandon our family for anything. Perhaps that's also true for her and her family. Besides, if you leave your family for her, wouldn't that make your parents believe that all those bad stereotypes about succubi are true? Also, not to mention that I still agree with Lua's assessment, which is that she didn't want him to do that because she's worried that he will end up resenting her one day. I think that's very far-sighted of her. I never thought of it that way before. Whether you like it or not, your actions will have an impact on her as well. And if you leave your family for her, that will put her in a difficult spot. Exactly. She might feel responsible for your actions. There's nothing to feel bad about. I'm leaving my messy family to create a better one with her. It's easy for you to say that now, but you don't know what the future holds. One day, circumstances might change. Now, granted, this does bring up an interesting point, which is I am all for him having this conversation with his family about how they need to respect the choices that he has made. And if it seems like they are being very toxic people, then that might be worth taking a step back from. But I don't think that he should do that for any reason other than himself. I don't think he should do that for a relationship, because then that just starts to get all kinds of messy. One day, one of you might regret your decisions. One day you might use the I left my family for you card. We love each other. I'll be with her whatever the circumstances may be. You know, love is like a flame. It might burn fiercely at first, but over time it will die down if you don't maintain it. Maintaining it won't be easy. It will be hard work, because life is full of storms. And marriage, it will not survive on love alone. Wow, that's deep. That got so deep. But, I mean, he has a point. A long-term relationship is not sustained just by feeling. Of any kind. It doesn't have to be a romantic one, a marriage, whatever. Long-term relationships are sustained by choice and care. And love is a very important part of that, but not just feeling the love. You know what I mean? It's a verb. We'll have each other, and that's enough for us. Tell me, do you have health insurance? What? I'm an elf. Why would I need health insurance? You'll need some. What for? Yeah, more like elf insurance. Hey, dog. We're having some relationship advice coffee happy hour in this game. Also, hi, Medita Heart. Welcome. I see it's your first time in here. How'd you find the stream? Welcome. It's very good to have you here. And yes, love is a verb. It is a thing. Elf insurance face palm. Let's find out what he needs elf insurance for. Immortality is an elven privilege, but you'll lose it if your family disowns you. I've seen people go bankrupt because they fell ill or got seriously injured. For context, Yala works in a hospital, so knows what he's talking about. Emptied their entire life savings for an $8 pill because in this country, they charge $20,000 for it. Well, Oh, follow Take This ambassadors. Oh, that's so cool. Wow. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's funny because, like, I haven't streamed super regularly since joining the team, but a lot of new viewers have come to the channel through Take This, so I always like to ask, and that's very cool. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And also, hi, Godfather Rape. How are you? Hope you had a good day today. Baileys, please don't act like you don't know this. Please. And if you decide to have children, they won't have the same privileges you do. There's a high probability that they'll get... Oh, ugh. Okay. It is possible. Because, unfortunately, kids and adults generally try to zero on people who are very visibly different for bullying. But unfortunate choice of words, my dude. You could have said something else. There are consequences. It shouldn't be taken lightly. Think about it. I'm also still unsure in this world how it is that immortality is something that can get revoked. Like, who gives it to you? It's not like, you know, Lord of the Rings where you have it, but you can give it up. In this world, it's like you have it, and it can be revoked. Anyway, I've got to go. Wow, okay. I apologize for my intrusion. No, thank you for your insight. I've got to go too. Want to head out together? Sure. Thanks for the drink, Nymeria. And Freya. Bye. Well, that was intense. Heard upon the other day and immediately thought of me. If you search for a lighter on Amazon, it will give you 6,000 matches. Stop. I love that so much. Yeah, multiracial people face all kinds of discrimination, like bullying. Exactly. Not to mention, like, different forms of erasure. I was thinking about this recently because on, like, a bunch of health forms that I've had to fill out recently, they really only give you the option to be one kind of race, meaning, like, you know, ethnicity, cultural background, demographic, and, like, if you don't fit into that one singular box, it's like, okay, well, people are not taking data on unique populations or allowing for you to pick, like, multiple different backgrounds. I know that that's been a problem that the US Census in particular has faced. But yeah, sometimes this game, like, goes there with it, and then I'm like, I wish we had some more time to just sit and, like, talk about this, like, bullying and stuff, instead of just being like, okay, well, these kids are half-breeds. That is Gala's words, not mine, but, like, oh, they could be bullied. Anyways, I've gotta go now. I'm like, alright, well, could we have sat with that for a little bit longer? So that's why we're sitting with it. That's why we're talking about it. What? You made me lose 2 customers in a minute. Oh, I doubt that. Hey, that wasn't on me. They were leaving anyway. Yeah, like, they both ordered drinks and finished them. Chill, fictional me. Are you going to write that in your book? It's a secret. If your book is based on this coffee shop, how can you present a story like theirs in a world with only humans around? I'm not sure. Oh my god. We talked about this last stream too. It's because no matter, like, how homogenous a group may seem, people will always find ways to make different, like, subcategories within something that appears homogenous. Right? Like, even in the sort of race boxes in our world that we fill out on things like forms, that only goes so far as to actually talking about things like culture and family history and everything else that goes into checking one of those boxes, right? So, like, Come on, even if this was a world in which only humans exist, there are so many different varieties of humans. Humans are not a monolith. And in our world where only humans exist, clearly people have found ways to divide over these, like, bigoted lines. Yeah, a lot of dialogue nowadays on how humanoid species in games are not equivalent to races. Exactly. And I'm glad, honestly, because that's, as a word, has a lot of very specific, like, etymology and baggage that is rooted in, like, pseudoscience and whatnot that was used to perpetuate a lot of harm against people. And I was thinking about this just now because a lot of the stuff that they say is unique to the elf race, so to speak, in this game, except for maybe the immortality thing, really feels more like a function of culture than of race. Things like being very concerned with family and prestige and all of that. That's culture. That's not anything that is, like, inherent to your genetic makeup or your DNA. So, or even, you know, if you get to the point where we're talking about things like, you know, population genetics, which is why, you know, certain, like, demographics are more prone to different types of diseases or illnesses or even, like, physical characteristics. But those are, like, largely a function of populations. People that are living in the same areas for, you know, years and years and years. It's not something that is inherent in the way that I think that Bailey seems to think this stuff is inherent. Yeah, even folks that look the same have vastly different cultures. It's not just race. Exactly. A lot of that is also such a function of white supremacy, right? Like, we're going deep here, y'all. 30 minutes in, we're talking about this, but yeah, like, white supremacy coming in and saying, yeah, here are these boxes and these buckets that people go into, and it has a way of collapsing a lot of richness in cultural variety, in linguistic variety. One of the things that I've read people talk about, you know, on, like, Twitter threads and things where people talk about this is, like, think about one of the, if you are white, think about one of the ways to dismantle white supremacy is to find out who your ancestors were before they were white, quote unquote. Because, yes, you know, you want to call it, like, Caucasian, white skin, anything like that, but that doesn't account for instance, like, my background is in, like, my side of the family is Irish and my husband's side of the family is Jewish from Eastern Europe. You don't fill that out when you check a census box. You know, there is not one particular language that people of all race speak because that is that race's language. That's just not how it works. Also, Freya, like, I do think she's biting off a lot more than she can chew with this as a singular novel. Rainer Polish moved to NYC in the 1920s and lost speaking Polish in one generation to fit in. Yeah. I mean, I hear you on that. Like, my family in Ireland has not spoken Irish in a long time because the British, like, tried to wipe out that entire language and culture, and it's, like, considered to be an endangered language now. With very few exceptions, there wasn't much that I knew of Irish growing up, like, speaking it. You know, we'd say certain things, but it was just phrases, you know, like, not conversations or anything. Where it really lives on in my family is in, like, music and singing. Yeah, so, like, a lot of the Irish that my family uses, we're not speaking it because we're singing it, but comes from those songs. And then the same thing with, you know, my husband's family. My mother-in-law's first gen, and all of her, like, parents and grandparents spoke Yiddish at home. That's something that, like, we're also trying to keep going, but she didn't grow up speaking that primarily. She did a little bit with her grandparents, but But yeah. It is really tough to cover in a book draft in a month. I know. Exactly. So we're gonna try and make her some hot drink to give her some inspiration. She's a triple Oh, that was the end of that day? Oh, I wanted to make her coffee. She's a triple espresso girl. Oh well. We just got a fun discussion instead. I'll take that. Tuesday, September 29th. Coachella 2020. 10 reasons why you should go. WHO vows to stop major hospitals selling Fury sedative illegally. The whole thing with the werewolf Fury sedative, I'm very curious what's going on with that because we only really see that hinted at. But I have to wonder because Gala has told us that it's very different for each individual werewolf. And that's why he keeps coming to the coffee shop trying to get me to make it. So, I wonder where that plotline is going. He really never changed. I know. But it was surprisingly nice. Catching up with people from back then. Thank you for forcing me to do it. Don't mention it. Hey, Nymeria. I'd like to order again. The usual. Back to the experiment? Yes. You know what? Try adding milk to the ingredients you already have. Alright. You know what to do. Crap, was it tea, ginger, and milk? I think. I hope. Did I ever make this before? Ginger milk tea? It might be tea, milk, and ginger. It tastes just like I asked. Yes! Too bad it's not it. No! It's gotta be tea, milk, ginger. Alright, I'm writing that down so I don't forget, because I won't. What about you, Mr. Hyde? Would you like to order anything else? I'm good for now. I couldn't help overhearing you both. Yeah, I know, because you're the nosiest barista in the world. It sounds like you two go way back. We do, I guess. He was my bodyguard. Oh? Didn't you meet here? Yeah, when this was a bar. What happened exactly? He was getting his ass kicked by a couple of dwarves. Wait, there are dwarves in this world? How come we haven't met any? Ugh, those two bastards. It wasn't a pretty sight, so I intervened. Aren't vampires supposed to be, you know, tough? Just because I'm a vampire, it doesn't mean I know Kung Fu. Oh, God, this tries so hard to, like, raise questions about race and cultural background, and then it just gets laughed off as a joke. Besides, I'd had a couple of drinks. I could have taken them both if I was sober. A couple? Really? You were trashed, Hyde. You told them I was your bodyguard. Okay, that's legit funny, though. Wait, were you not his bodyguard? Not at the time. We didn't even know each other. But because of that whole fiasco, we both got kicked out. And then this wasted vampire stuck to me. Like, well, you know, to a blanket. Obviously, he was too drunk to drive. So I hailed a cab. I have a question that this game probably isn't going to answer. Why do vampires drive? Like, we have precedent for the people that can shift at will, right? Like, shift between humanoid and animal forms in this world can do that, and they like traveling as animals. So why'd he have to drive? Couldn't he just, like, swoop into a vat and fly away? Imagine being a tiny drunk bat with a werewolf bodyguard. Turns out he was also too drunk to tell the driver where he lived. And I was stuck with him until morning. Okay, it makes more sense that he couldn't have done that if he was too drunk, but... Haha! Thanks for not leaving me on the street, Gala. Those dwarves could have killed me. Who were they? I'm not going to confirm or deny anything, but it's possible they may have had ties to the mafia. And I might have lost some of their money on the stock market. A lot of their money. Yikes. They wanted me to launder their dirty money, so I decided to screw them over instead. Okay. Yeah, I overheard what they were talking about before the fight started. I knew Hyde was innocent, and that's why I helped him. He might be an annoying asshole, but he's not a thief. What a stroke of luck, the universe sending me a guardian angel in my time of need. Are we gonna just gloss over the fact that in a world where everybody has some kind of expanded lifespan, you're in it with the mafia? Are they gonna show up at my coffee shop? So the next morning, I offered him a job as my bodyguard for real. After all the trouble you caused me the night before, hey, I took you to breakfast. Don't tell me that counted for nothing. I have to say, it wasn't my proudest moment. I was broke. Breakfast was an offer I couldn't refuse. It was the late 60s, mind you. Yeah, and we established this is the 1860s. Yes, the developers from Southeast Asia, I think from Indonesia, if I remember correctly. Diverse Fantasy Seattle, Yeah, there's a fair amount with the Nekokami. I'm trying to remember the name of the cat folk. That are, I'm not exactly sure because it's a little bit difficult to like map this to real world cultures, but like Indonesia clearly exists in the game because that's something that like the father talks about a lot, you know, like his traditional background appears to come from that culture. And there's also some of that in the food culture, which I think is great. Like having there be culture examined through the different coffee drinks in this game is something that I really like because I find food culture and food history to be absolutely fascinating and also delicious. It wasn't easy finding a job, especially for people like me. Werewolves? War veterans. Ah, I see. So how did you go from working as a bodyguard to working in the hospital, Gala? Well, when he was working with me, I noticed... Hyde. I preferred if we skipped that part. Okay, yeah, I still find it very alarming that everyone is willing to spill all their guts to me, but that's just because it's a game. I'm sorry, but I don't want to go into any details about it. It's alright. Forgive me for asking. I don't mind telling you the quick and dirty version. Long story short, he helped me with something. Let's just say, something from my past. Thanks to that help, I found a new purpose in life. Helping other people live. Of course, it's not easy for a veteran werewolf to become a nurse or doctor. That's why I chose hospital admin instead. So you could say I owe this guy my life. Thanks to his stubborn persistence in helping me when I needed it. Thank you for sharing your story with me. I didn't expect such a tale from you. I know. Anyway, Nymeria, I'd like to order something now. What would you like? Can you make a tea-based drink that's warm and cool at the same time? Okay, so tea that's warm. Cool. Warm and cool at the same time looks like tea with 2 milk. Tea latte. Here's your order. Exactly what I wanted. By the way, it feels like this place is missing something today. Freya, we're missing Freya. She's not here. Yeah, I haven't seen her today. Huh, speak of the devil. Hello, good people. And one vampire. It's good to see you too. Freya, By the way, we were just talking about you. Oh, really? What about me? I was just surprised that you weren't here. Is that how you pick up girls young enough to be your granddaughter? That won't work on me. Heh. I've no interest in flirting with you. Yeah, we know. We've been over this. I've got high standards, you know. Wow, rude. You look so tired, Freya. Hard day at work? How could you tell? Call it werewolf senses. Right. I showed Nymeria my draft, and I actually got some good feedback. That's good to hear. Glad I could help. I mean, I am a professional editor after all. So I spent the whole day rewriting stuff, and I also did some stories for the paper. Overall, it was a good day. That's good to hear. But please, don't forget to take a break. It's easy to get carried away by work when you're on a roll. Will do, sir. And speaking of hospitals, how's your hospital adminning life going? That's not even a word, Freya. Actually, I'm not even sure what you even do there. It's pretty boring to talk about, but mostly I handle operational stuff happening in the hospital. Things like how much a specialist costs and how much it affects our income. I also deal with patients and their families. If they require intensive care, such as operations, I go through what we do and how much it would cost them. Kinda like biz dev for people's lives, then? You could say that. Damn, that sounds complicated and hard. That's why I'm suited for my job. Someone who gets very emotionally attached to patients would find this job pretty tough. Yeah. Whereas heartless people like my friend here only see it from a business perspective. Good point. Why do people rarely talk about your kind of job? I guess most people don't really notice we exist or think about the necessity of it. I don't know, man. If you've ever been hospitalized, you definitely know hospital admin exists, because that's who bills you. Exactly. It's an interesting job, yet no one talks about it. Maybe because most admins are just like me. We rarely talk about work outside the hospital. Why? For me, I just don't find any reason to. It's the patient's personal lives anyway. Such professionalism and loyalty. You should keep hold of that mindset, especially in front of this lady here. He needs to be a bit less loyal, though. Hyde. You've been doing this job for a while, right? Almost 50 years now. Whoa! I didn't know that. Wait, 50 years in the same position? Uh-huh. Holy! Ask for a promotion, man! They keep offering me new positions. Mostly managerial. Dang it! Not interested. Why? It's not something I want. Besides, as I've told you before, I fit perfectly in this position. But the salary must be better if you take the promotion, right? Of course. But what I get at the moment is more than enough for me right now. And I still get raises while I'm doing this job. I really can't figure you out. That's Gala for you. Anyway, my shift's starting soon. It was nice catching up with both of you. Are you going to stay, Hyde? Yeah, I'm still enjoying the vibes here. Vibes. I'll see you in a few weeks, I guess. Yup. Safe trip. See you around, Nymeria. And you, Freya. See you. Take care on your way. You know, it's kind of hard to believe. Someone like Gala could be your best friend. We were just talking about that before you arrived. Oh, really? Man, I missed an interesting story. So how did you guys meet? Seriously, I have to retell the story? Yes. Come on, you're not going anywhere, right? Alright then. We met in this place back when it was a bar. Whoa! I never knew Gala used to be in the army. I mean, he's got the build to be on the front line. Still though, why did he make the jump from, how should I say this, a very physical job to medic? Oh, honey, you think being a medic is not a physical job? No, that is very incorrect. Well, he's not comfortable talking about it right now. But you know why, right? Jeez, Freya, stop crying. Are you trying to squeeze the story from me? Obviously, he doesn't want to talk about it. That's him, not you. Seriously, Freya? Come on. I won't get into details, but going to war, it messes with your head. Oh, you see why Gala doesn't want to talk about it, huh? I don't get it, but it must be difficult, especially back then. Yeah, like, if someone doesn't want to talk about it, they don't want to talk about it. Don't keep bothering them. The only thing he was confident in was his strength, so he only did work that relied on his muscle. That wouldn't help him get over his trauma, though, right? Of course not. But it was the only thing he could do. Or at least, it's the only thing he thought he could do. But you hired him for his muscle? Hey, I didn't know about all that at the time. Besides, he's good at being a bodyguard, and we weren't that close yet. So, no personal feelings. I needed his strength, but then I got to be interested in him. Interested? I think he's a cool person. That's all. And after a few months, I noticed his problem. I suggested he talk about it with someone, seek help, which he refused. No surprises there, but I kind of pushed him to do it. How? It's complicated. Eventually, he did go to get professional help. Of course, I've no idea what happened in his therapy sessions, but in the end, he found a new purpose in his life. He quit working for me, and not so long after that, he started working at the hospital. And he's been work. Yes! The mysterious spacesuit person. Good evening, everyone. Oh boy. Good evening. It's nice to see you again. We are also glad to see you, barista. By the way, I didn't catch your name the last time you visited. Do you have a name? Name? We sure have. On Earth, please call us Neil. Neil? Yes, Neil. Is that your real name? Oh, of course not. Due to the nature of our communication, we do not really need trivial things like names to interact. But from what we have learned here, it seems like the name Neil has a lot of associations with Earthling efforts in intergalactic exploration. True. I get what you mean. I believe we did not meet the last time we were here. I saw you from afar when you left the coffee shop a few days ago. So, hello, my name is Freya. You could say I'm a regular here. I would say you're a regular here. And you, sir? Hyde. You come here often? For someone who doesn't live in Seattle, yeah. Oh, you are not from around here. Neither are we. Where do you come from? Far away. By far away, you mean a few thousand miles or more? More. Much more. More to the point that your strange calculation system means nothing. That sounds far away indeed. What are you doing here in Seattle? And do all your kind dress like this? Oh, this? We choose this appearance based on an image we saw when we first arrived. Image? Ah, the Arami Gendru album cover. No wonder you look familiar. As for what we are doing, this place is really the perfect spot to practice our communication skills with Earthlings. But before that, please let us order something from the barista. What do you want to drink tonight? The usual. That is how you say it, yes? Yes. So, anything? Yes, we won't be able to taste the difference anyway. You really can't taste anything? Yes. What if I can brew a drink that can make you feel something? Interesting premise. But we doubt you will be able to do that. Challenge accepted. Please surprise us. Whew, okay. How about chocolate, milk, and mint? That sounds nice. Milk, mint, chocolate. A cup of anything is ready for you. Thank you. What the? Interesting. What are you doing? Drinking. That's how they drink. Oh boy. You are one interesting person. Thank you. That was a compliment, yes? Normally, yes. But you can't be so sure with Freya. That definitely was the highest form of compliment. What are you, Neil? Us? We are travelers, doing our job in the space you call Milky Way. What kind of job? We are tasked with the mission to spread our seeds. You really are here to find a date, all the way from a galaxy far, far away. Wow. It turns out pervs exist everywhere in the universe. Again, like, she throws this word around so friggin' much. Nobody bats an eye at the hive mind ball of star gas in an astronaut suit. I know. Honestly, the thing that weirded me out the most was just the sticking of the finger in the cup and using it as a straw. I was like, Feeling attacked, old man? Not really. You have a valid point. We do not understand, but we are glad if we can make you laugh. Oh, the pleasure was mine. If I may ask, why do you have to breed with us? We are sorry, but that is classified information. Aw, man. Well, how's the mission going so far? We cannot say it is going well. I'm not surprised. With how quirky and unique you are, not many women can handle that. Could you handle them, though? Me? I don't know. What do you think? You're a pretty adventurous girl. I wouldn't be surprised if you decided to go on a date. Or maybe go further, if it got you a good story. Oh, you're not offended by that? Not in the slightest. You're wrong, though. I'd go on a date with them, but I don't like to sleep around. Really? To be honest, I didn't expect that. Yeah, I get that a lot. People often mistake me for someone who gets around a lot. Excuse me, miss. From what we gather, does it mean you are willing to breed with us in exchange for our stories? Oh my goodness. Wow, no wonder your mission isn't going well. I don't mind going out with you for a drink or dinner, in exchange for stories, but I'll only sleep with someone I'm serious about. But our mission is serious. It's not that. You either have to be my boyfriend or husband if you want to sleep with me. Honestly, did not think you were straight. I'm just gonna go out and say it. We have heard of those terms before. Let us check them once again. This is very strange. According to what we found, many Earthlings mate with one person exclusively for their entire lives. Yes, that's called commitment. Such a strange concept. Then why, with such rules, do you still face overpopulation problems? Oh, brother. Now that you mention it, we don't have enough control of ourselves. And those in charge also don't have enough control of us. Not to mention, some races live for a very, very long time. So even though there are rules about having kids, and they can be strictly enforced, a lot of people still break them. We know Earthlings boast about the concept of free will, but we thought your kind also loved the concept of restraint and taking care of the planet? Wait, we do. At least, that was what we gathered from your information network. Theoretically, that should be the case. But Earthlings are stupid. That's the easiest way to put it. We learned so much today, but we have another question for Miss Freya. Ask away. How can we become your husband? First of all, I would suggest going step by step. Most of the time, you start by dating. Boyfriends or girlfriends, you know, before you talk about marriage. Oh, okay. So, how can we become your boyfriend? You could start by asking her whether she's actually single. Understood. So, Miss Freya, are you single? Yes, I am single. Do you want to be our girlfriend? Now, the path to starting to date varies between people, but usually it takes some time before you want to commit yourself to someone. Wow! The breeding process on Earth is surely extremely complicated. I mean, yeah. It can be easier if you're a smooth talker. Smooth talker? Someone good at communicating with others. That would be really challenging for us. Even after all that, making kids is still in a totally different league. Most women prefer it if their male partners wear condoms. I mean, yeah, most people I think generally prefer talking about your contraceptive options because that's important. Condoms? Are we explaining condoms to an astronaut? I love this. It's something you wear to prevent pregnancy. Why would you do the mating ritual if you do not want to have offspring? Pleasure. All this information is too much to process in one evening. So, we talked about using condoms. But how do your kind have sex? I'm curious. Like, seeing how you drink, a condom might be something you can't use at all. That's true. How do you do it? We are pretty flexible with that, but we cannot tell you the details, unless we agree to do the mating ritual. I wonder why that is. I don't want to imagine how it's done. Oh, you do not need to worry. We will not hurt anyone, physically or mentally. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that, especially the mental part. We did our research, and we tried it on the testing object we made. Oh my god. It was proven. The mental capacity of Earthlings is far more complicated than anything else on Earth, sir. Oh, we did not know that. Being born on Earth sounds very difficult. It is. I have to agree with that. Anyway, thank you so much for the information you have given us tonight. It means a lot for our mission. We have to report our findings to the base. How will you proceed with your mission with this newfound information? We are not sure yet. It is yet to be discussed, after all. It was really nice talking with all of you. You're welcome. We are off now. Bye. Take care on your way, sir. That was really something. Indeed. You said the first time they came here was for a date, right? Yeah, but their date never came. And then they mistook Miss Myrtle for their date. The game developer orc? Wow, I dread to think how that went. It was pretty awkward. But you can't be angry at such naivety. I guess so. By the way, has that young woman been back since I spoke with her last time? I don't remember what young woman that was. You mean Miss Lua? Yeah, her. Oh, showing some concern now, are you? I'm just curious. No, I haven't seen her since then. But her boyfriend did come a few days ago. And Freya was being pretty nosy, to the point that Mr. Gala joined the discussion. It was pretty nosy. My. You really have a knack for starting trouble. Sadly, I have to agree with that. It's not easy to make Gala join a random conversation, unless it really piques his interest, or it annoys him. I don't know how to react to that. Well, I need to catch a flight to Seoul tomorrow, so I'm off for the day. Oh, you're leaving Seattle so soon? It's only for a week or so. I'll be back here sooner than you know. Oh well, it'll be a peaceful week then. Huh. Anyway, I need to get going as well. Thank you for letting me stay without ordering anything. I didn't even notice that. You really don't care about business. She didn't order anything, but she did attract people to the coffee shop. Hey, that's one way to put it. Anyway, Freya, do you want to share a cab? Thanks, but I'm riding my bike. Alright then, see you around. Take care on your way, folks. Dark chocolate. Wednesday, September 30th, 2020. I am going to take a very quick little break to grab some water. I will be back just in a moment. Welcome. Ooh, a mysterious person in a suit? Good evening, sir. Hello. I'm from the Federal Immigration Regulation and Enforcement Division. Oh, I don't have to tell you shit. I don't want to tell you shit. Or FIRE for short. How may I help you? We've heard reports of alien sightings in this area. We take the issue of illegal interstellar immigration seriously. Have you seen any creatures you would consider to be alien in nature? Sure haven't. I don't think so. Good answer. But what should I be looking for? What's the alien look like? We're not 100% sure. But according to some eyewitnesses, it's wearing a spacesuit or something similar. Don't people from Earth wear spacesuits when they go to space, huh? That's a pretty eye-catching outfit. You'd think an illegal alien would try to blend in better, right? To avoid attention, you know. That is a very good point. In fact, there might be a solid possibility that we have been running around after false testimonies. They are superior creatures after all. Thank you for the help. If you see any suspicious activities, please contact us through our website. Will do, sir. Yeah, seriously, Coffee Shop Seattle barista better not snitch. I will be so mad. I don't think I will. Fictional me will. But there are no dialogue options in this game, so whatever happens... You don't want to drink anything before leaving? We're good. Take care on your way. Wow. Wow. I'm like, don't want to drink anything on your way? That's too bad. I can't give you diarrhea. Phew. You really need to be more careful, Neil. Huh? Oh, hey! Good evening, Nymeria. Yo. Hello, Miss Aqua, Miss Myrtle. Have you both been somewhere together? I think they have. We planned to meet here. It's just a coincidence we arrived at the same time. Would you like to order anything? Do you want to order first? Nah, you go first. Okay. Can I have a cup of green tea with a lot of mint? Yes, you can. It's called green tea with a lot of mint. Marrakesh. Your drink's ready. Ooh, this looks really fresh. I call this Marrakesh, inspired by its origin. Marrakesh in Morocco? I heard the people there really love tea. Let's give this a try then. Oh my, it's warm but very refreshing. No wonder Morocco is often associated with tea. I mean, it's true, they do make very good tea. How about you, Miss Myrtle? Do you want to order right away? Sure. I'll have the Tetarik. I don't know how to make that, do I? It sounds like tea. Tea. Let's try cinnamon and honey. No. What about green tea? Cinnamon and honey. Cinnamon, honey, green tea. No. Tea, milk. Honey? Milk, honey, tea, nope. What about green tea? Lemon and mint? Lemon, mint, green tea. I don't think that's it. I think we're on the right track with green tea, though. Cinnamon lemon green tea. Alright, well, unfortunately, that's not it. More like, is there anything right? Because that's not what I ordered at all. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me fix it for you. No need. But make sure it doesn't happen again, okay? Will do. Sorry. So, how are things going in the office? Wait, did I get to actually save those recipes? Marrakesh, Russian tea, ginger latte. I didn't? Ugh. That's so annoying. As usual, tiring. But thanks to you and your team, we've made some good progress with a problem we've been stuck on for a while. I'm glad I could be of help. It's not every day our research can have an impact as direct as this. Only a few weeks after publication, no less. The thing is, even with your help, we still need to do a ridiculous amount of overtime to make sure the game will be available for the holiday season. Oh no, are we doing game crunch? Oh, I want to say please don't forget to rest, but I'm sure it won't be that easy for you and the team. Huh, as if those executives care about us. Overtime is not mandatory, they'll say. Please see your family, get some rest. But we all know that optional overtime is a passive-aggressive move. Yes. Yes, it is. We do know that. We'll stay longer in the office anyway, because if you go home earlier than the others, you'll feel bad for them. You'll feel guilty. I understand that so much. I hate to admit it, but yeah, it's guilt. I wish I could help you, or at least say something to boost your morale. Sadly, I'm not the right person to give you advice about that. For guilt is something that also bothers me a lot, even for things I shouldn't feel guilty about. And you know what makes it worse? I know the state of the industry, but it still saddens me to realize that my favorite series was born out of such sacrifice. I'm sorry I ruined the mood for everyone. Don't worry about it, Aqua. I'm not that bad off, you know. At least the company gives us decent compensation. Healthcare, bonuses, and so on, and we're already used to this. So don't you worry about me, okay? Getting used to unhealthy working conditions shouldn't be a norm. Hey, cheer up. Remember, your research helped us out a lot. Thanks to you, the rest of the development is going to be much easier. How's your game doing, by the way? Actually, I have some good news about it. What is it? The game got approved to be showcased at Max West this year. Ha 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 ha. That's really good news. Congrats. Thank you. So, what's the problem then? I haven't confirmed my attendance to the organizer. Why? Confirm it, fast, before they give your spot to another indie. I'm just not sure about it. What's stopping you? Cost? The booth is free for indies. That's good then, and the event's even in Seattle. You don't need to spend anything on travel or accommodation. It's a golden ticket. But I'm not that confident. You passed the selection process, right? That should be enough validation to reassure you of the game's quality. If I'm not mistaken, the judges are usually prolific people in the industry, and also senior journalists. I know, but I've told you about my game, right? It's pretty non-traditional, and thousands of people will be visiting Max, expecting Full Metal Conflict and other bigger games. Every game has its own market, you know. This is true, and as somebody who attended the real-life PAX West many years, Indie Mega Booth is where I always spent most of my time. It's where you found all of the good stuff, and you also didn't have to, like, wait super long in line to play, like, a Nintendo demo. No shade, but, like, you kind of know exactly what you're getting with that. you'll be in the indie area. People know what to expect there. Exactly. Gamers aren't stupid. What if some haters visit the booth? What if they don't like my game and say bad things about it? Or about me? That's not gonna happen. It's an expo, not the internet. People are way nicer in real life. That's true. I did get some annoying jerks at PAX West, like in person, but not nearly as many as online. Even after all that, I'll still be there by myself for the whole event. That one is a problem, yeah. Meeting that many people is already scary enough. Doing it for 4 days straight, showing my baby to the public? I just can't imagine the horror. You know what? Huh? So far, my schedule is pretty empty around then. If things stay this way until Max, I'll come with you. Eee! No, you don't have to do that. Even if you're free then. You shouldn't waste your time on me. Relax, or something. Nah, it's no bother. I'll be going to the event anyway. Might as well come with an exhibitor badge. What about your company's booth? Don't worry about it. There are hundreds of us. I can just ask my lead to skip this year. But... I'm coming with you, whether you like it or not. Oh, okay. Good. Now, what are you going to show the game on? I'll have a laptop and a smartphone. Is the Expo build ready? Expo build? You're not planning to showcase the full version, right? That's the plan. Don't. I can give you the guidelines on what to have for the Expo build. Do you have the game with you now? It's on my phone. I can send you the build now if you want. Do so. Okay. Got it. Now let's see. Oh, hey, it's Rachel. Hello, Miss Rachel. Hi, Nymeria. What's wrong? Huh? Nothing. I've just been practicing all day and I'm pretty tired. Are you having a concert soon? Don't tell anyone yet, and it'll be announced tomorrow. But I'm going to perform at Coachella next week. They're still adding new performers? Yeah, you might say that those announced this late are backups. Oh, but it's still the biggest festival in the country. Yes, and I'm excited for it. I think I should celebrate with a special drink, something sweet. What do you want to order? A sweet hot chocolate. Chocolate, milk, and honey. I'm guessing. Milk honey chocolate. Your sweet hot chocolate is ready. Thank you. How is it? Not bad. It's not special, but it's enough. It's not special, but I made it for you. Please don't hesitate to call me if you need anything else. Thanks. Other than the instruction on the loading screen, try putting a time limit on how long they can play. Why? Wouldn't that break their immersion? Probably, but in case there's a good reaction to it, you might have people lining up to play your game. Don't make them wait too long. That makes sense. If you don't want to put a time limit on it, try ending the demo with a cliffhanger. That should get people's attention. Noted. Dad? What are you doing here? After what you did at the studio this evening? I was worried. I couldn't find you anywhere around the studio, so I thought you'd be here. Awkward. And now you're causing another ruckus. We're sorry, Nymeria. We didn't mean to cause you any problems. You are sorry. I don't have anything to be sorry for. Well, anyway, I'd better order something. What are you having? What would you recommend? Might I suggest a cup of Spanish Sahara? Oh, what is that? It's basically hot chocolate with milk and ginger. Sounds delicious. I'll take that Spanish Sahara. Chocolate, milk, ginger. Yum. Your drink is ready, sir. My, this is amazing. Glad you liked it. Dad? Yes? Please just go home after you finish your drink. Not until you leave that good-for-nothing pervert. I need him. He's going to help me become more successful. I know Morris. He is not a good person. My headcanon, by the way, is that that's Morris from Stardew Valley, and he is not a good person. The industry has changed, Dad. It's not like 20 years ago. Besides, since you left, he's been growing his brand, making his name, managing a lot of stars so they become superstars. I still have my informants in the industry. He hasn't changed much. And even if he has, it wasn't for the better. You're just being paranoid. First you were afraid of how my fans would treat me. Now you're afraid of the industry too. What next? You'll lock me in the house because you're afraid of the air I'm breathing? You're just too young to understand. Then make me understand, because this is definitely not helping. There are better ways. Didn't you learn anything from Mom? You were together for almost 15 years, but you learned nothing. Not even how to talk to your own daughter. Yeah, I remember this being a rough storyline. Rachel, I'm sorry, but I'm trying, okay? Try harder, because right now, you're not helping anyone. Not me, not you, no one. I know, but give me a chance. You know what? It will take time for me to learn, but I am learning. Or, you know, I could return to the industry. I could try to be your manager. Dad, are you out of your mind? You've been out of touch for so long. I told you, I have informants there. I'm not that out of touch. Of course, there are things I need to figure out. But it doesn't work that way, Dad. You know that. Going from a girl band to a solo career won't be easy. If I take things slow, I'll lose all my momentum. If you don't want me to be your manager, can you at least choose someone other than Morris? I don't think so. Mr. Lester is at the height of his career now. He's my best chance right now. Don't be too paranoid, okay? I've made my decision. Now please go home. Relax. And don't ever come to the studio again. I'm going back there. I need to practice for the festival. It's only a few days away. And it's a big chance to boost my presence as a solo artist. When are you going to be home? I don't know. I'll be staying at the hotel the label provided. But that's... See you, Dad. Wait, Rachel! She's gone. Excuse me for a moment, Nymeria. Well, that was awkward. I'm sorry about what just happened. You don't have to apologize. Yeah, we were busy minding our own business anyway. What? You didn't hear their argument, Myrtle? Of course I heard them. I just chose to ignore most of it. It's none of my business, is it? That's amazing. What's so amazing about that? I don't think I can do that. Dividing and focusing my attention so completely, especially when there's an argument like that. Are you saying you weren't listening to my advice and you were focusing on them instead? Nah. No, I was listening. I made notes. See, you didn't even realize. But you are capable of focusing your attention. mention it. It happens naturally, I guess. Being born into a big family is useful after all. Yeah, sometimes we don't even realize what we're capable of doing. By the way, you want to head back now? Yeah, it's pretty late. Yona and Miria, we're leaving. Hope you had a good time. Thank you for the drinks, as usual. Please take care on your way home. Bye, guys. I guess that's all for Oh, you're back, Mr. Hendry. Are you all right, sir? He's not all right. Sir? Oh, yes. Please don't worry about me. Did you manage to catch up with Miss Rachel? No. I lost her. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm sure she's all right. I hope you're right. By the way, pardon me for asking. Yes? Throughout your arguments with Miss Rachel, something kept bugging me. What's that? Why did you leave the music industry? That's a good question. That actually didn't occur to IRL me to ask. Ha! Now that's a trip down memory lane. You don't have to tell me if it makes you uncomfortable. Oh no, it's fine. I left around 20 years ago, just as we were welcoming the beginning of the new millennium. It was a great time for girl bands, you know. They were huge in the 90s. Oh, I'm aware. And they were still enjoying the leftover sensation of the past decade. I met my wife while working. She worked for a record label. That's how we met. I decided to get married and settle down. I wanted a peaceful life. You didn't find peace managing girl bands? I mean, not like on the order of being settled down, I'm sure. Being a band manager is a difficult job. Managing anything is difficult. It's a challenge. Oh gosh, no. The politics, the dark side of the industry, none of it's good. But what hit me hardest was the fans. Toxic fans are the worst. The teenage girls especially, they were crazy about their idols, to the point where they started doing really unimaginable stuff. Like what? Spending all their money trying to copy the superstar lifestyle, abandoning their responsibilities, their families. The men, they were even worse. They sexualized the girls in every way you could possibly imagine. That doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Edited photos, stalking, outright sexual assault. It was before the internet, mind you. I mean, the internet existed, but it wasn't as mainstream as it is now. Again, I remember. I wasn't even the target of the abuse, but it haunted me. It was everywhere. Don't talk to me about peace. I couldn't sleep back then. Not getting enough sleep is dangerous for cats. It's dangerous for everybody. What do you do for a living now? After we got married, my wife and I opened a record store. That's so sweet. It's not big, but we have a very specific audience. We're niche, but they love us for it. It's more than enough for our little family. You said you're still in touch with your friends in the music industry. They visit my place from time to time. And we all meet up at least once a year. Usually it's at my place. Gosh, look at the time. I should go home too. Are you going to be alright by yourself? Don't worry about me. I'm an old cat. We're stronger than most people think. See you later, Nymeria. And sorry for bringing our fight to your place. Don't worry about it. Alright then, goodbye. I really hope that they're able to patch things up between them. Oh my gosh, why did my captions stop working? I'm not sure why that keeps happening. Ugh, let me try and fix that real quick. Okay. Anything? No? What if I refresh my page? And how about now? Nope. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try this again. Okay, how about now? Nope. All right. I'm not entirely sure what makes it change. We figured it out. Okay, so I think we'll probably play... Let me check something very quickly. Okay, we'll do one more day and then find somebody to raid. Sorry, we're not open yet. Oh, Neil, you've come very early today. Is there anything I can help you with? There is definitely something that you can do. What is it? Can we work here? Excuse me? What? Is it possible for us to work here? What? Why? We have learned something precious since we first arrived here. Communication is very important on Earth, and Earthlings communicate in a very complicated way. It blows our mind to learn that you need to mix between verbal and nonverbal communication here. Yes, but I can see that your communication skill has improved an awful lot since you arrived. That is true, but it is not enough. Some of the biggest lessons about Earthlings we learned them here. This made us think. Instead of focusing on finding a breeding partner, we should focus on learning how to communicate with Earthlings properly. Sounds like a good strategy. That is why we asked you to allow us to work here. Because you want to interact with our customers? That is correct. I'm not sure about this. Neil, normally if you're applying for a job on Earth, you have to go through certain processes before you finally get the job, if you get it at all. Oh, let me think this over, if you don't mind, and I'll let you know tomorrow. Oh, no, we are sorry for our spontaneity, but it has to be today. May I know why? Because we are leaving for an event tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Thank you. But with one condition. You won't be making any drinks. I'll handle that. Once I'm done, you will give the cup to the customer. Understood. There are other things you need to keep in mind. What is that? Dealing with the customers. Some people come here just to chill. They might come just for a drink, work, or to read something. I strongly suggest you let them be. But always be prepared if they want to talk about anything. How can we know whether people want to be left alone or not? That won't be easy, but you'll be able to judge based on their body language. Non-verbal signs? Yes. That will be very hard for us. Indeed. Don't worry, I'll give you a sign. When you should start talking, or when you should stop. Thank you. We will need that so much. Well, that's basically all you need to do here. Do we need a special outfit to do the job? Not really. I'll lend you an apron, though. I was gonna say, you already have a special outfit. You dressed for the job you wanted, which was astronaut barista. To help keep your suit clean. and to differentiate you from the customers. You don't really need more differentiation, but it will make you look more legit for the job. That is a very Earthling thing to do. Wish I had those social cues, or however it's spelled. Yeah, I know, right? A couple cons that I go to actually have little communication buttons for that reason. So you have like a green, yellow, or red of whether you are like open to talking to people. So green is like, come talk to me. Yellow is ask first or only talk to me if you know me or came here with me. And then red is like, please just leave me alone. I wish that more places did that, especially in stores. It is. All right then, are you ready for this? We are. Okay, let's start the night. Y'all ready for this? Welcome. Holy wow! What the hell is happening? Good evening, Miss Freya. Hey, Nymeria, what's going on here? Well, Neil is working here tonight. And I thought I was the one who brought bad news. I never thought this place would be ground zero for an alien invasion. Oh my goodness. Don't be so ridiculous. Huh, it's not that. Neil is just helping out. You've never looked like someone who needs help. There are a few things to clarify, Miss Freya. First, our mission was never about conquering Earth. In fact, it is the other way around. Second, judging from the situation, we are actually the person who is getting help from the barista, not the other way around. What? We have learned something since we arrived, and we came to a conclusion. Before starting another breeding mission, we should learn more about how Earthlings communicate. We thought this place was the best place to learn. And you just agreed to this. On one condition, I make the drinks. Neil will only be here to serve and communicate. Fair trade. What's in it for you then? What? You're helping them here. What do you get in return? Now that you mention it, if there's anything you want from us, please do not hesitate to ask. Don't mention it. Well, maybe you can be my next story. I can write an article about your work here. Freya, if I still need to write for the paper again. What happened? The chief found out. Oh, is that why you didn't come yesterday? Yes. How did she find out? You remember my fateful meeting with the higher up? In the elevator? Yes. The same thing happened with my chief. They met each other in the lift, and the higher-up mentioned our encounter to her. The chief called me into her office, and things went downhill from there. She realized immediately that it was the reason for my poor performance lately. She didn't like it, of course. I'm sorry to hear that. What are you going to do now? Write the goddamn novel, I guess. And after that? Hope that it sells well. If not, I don't know. We do not understand what is really happening, Miss Freya, but we feel the immense sadness and frustration you feel. How about a warm cup of drink? It is on the house. Huh? You allowed to do that? We will pay for the drink. No, it's okay. It's on the house. That was a nice thing to do, Neil. That was the best thing to do, according to our senses. It was. So, what do you want to drink, Miss Freya? Your favorite. Our favorite? Anything. I trust you with the decision. Oh. How about... double chocolate plus milk. Milk chocolate. Here is your drink. I think that was a new recipe, huh? Yes. Wait, was it? Or did we already have that discovered? Especially crafted by the owner of this coffee shop. Well, who else is gonna brew it? Thank you so much for this. I always wondered why your place only served hot drinks, but today I might have an idea why. How far along are you with the novel? I can prepare the draft in a few days, I think. Wow, this is... the speed with which this escalates. Ah! Okay, that's... Now that I don't really need to care about other deadlines, and if I manage to infuse some coffee and creativity into my blood, that sounds doable, even without the caffeine infusion. Excuse me, Miss Freya. We have learned extensively about Earthlings' bodies, about all the races, and we do not think infusing your blood with coffee would be advisable. Ugh, I'm sorry, Neil. I'm not really in the mood for this sort of conversation. It was just... Neil. Freya wasn't serious about infusing herself with coffee. Oh, we are glad to hear that then. That was a figure of speech, Neil. Ah, we have heard about that term. It is still very hard to understand your language. It will always be hard. Languages will keep on changing. Understood. At least we are here now to learn the basics of how Earthlings communicate. Miss Freya, if we may ask. Ask away. How fast do you write? Not fast enough, apparently. But do you have numbers? Numbers? How many words do you produce per day? I don't think I have the exact number. But full-time? I should be able to write between 3,000 and 5,000 words per day. Jesus. That's really good. That's a lot. That's raw. After that, I still need to edit it. I usually end up with about half of what I originally wrote. According to our research, the standard number of words for the thing you need to write is between 50 and 100,000. That's right. But for this draft, I don't need to write that much. That is pleasant information to hear. How many words do you need to write? Let's see. I think it should be around 15,000 words. That's pretty big for a pitch draft. Well, it's GRA Media, the biggest publisher around. If we count based on the number of words, it seems like you will be able to achieve your target easily. I wish. Writing isn't only about the number of words, Neil. It requires things outside the mere word count. If we only judged writers by their ability to write a large number of words, then we wouldn't have poetry or short stories. Hi. That is pretty hard to understand, but we learned beforehand that art is a difficult matter, even for Earthlings. Yup. Earthlings seem to have a fascination for things which are hard to understand, from languages to arts. Right again! But you're not that wrong about writing, you know. Word count is one of the few things you can objectively judge a story by. It's not the most important thing, but it's still up there. So it is still a valid parameter? Definitely. Cool. That didn't sound at all like you, Neil. I guess you really are learning something on Earth. Learning the word cool. I love it. Oh, another guest. It's Myrtle. Here she is. Good evening, Miss Myrtle. I won't even ask. Except for one thing. Who's making the drinks? I'm still the one responsible for that. Good. Coffee with a little bit of ginger, please. Coffee, ginger. Brød. Brød coffee. Your order is ready. Not bad. Thanks. You are welcome. What brings you here today, Miss Myrtle? Psst, Neil, some people come to a coffee shop just to sit without being disturbed. Oh, that definitely seems to fit Miss Myrtle's visits here. Actually, I'm not here to just sit without being disturbed. Huh? Pardon us. I was just training Neil in how to talk with the customers here. I can see that. You're still trying to get laid? Oh! No, we are not. We were tasked with learning how Earthlings communicate with each other? Yeah, that's a step in the right direction. One suggestion, if you want to blend in with us, stop using such formal language. Start talking the way we talk. Start listening the way we listen. Which essentially is not really listening at all. That would be very difficult to achieve, but we will try, step by step. One small step for you might be one giant leap for your kind. That was nicely said, Miss Freya. By the way, Miss Myrtle, now that we know you are not here for your usual activities, are you here for someone, then? Yeah. Ooh, is it Aqua? Uh-huh. What's the occasion? No special occasion. It's just... I'm sorry. I'm late. I was supposed to leave early, but... What is this? What is happening here? Was it already told the barista to call the cops when he was going to be here? Where's Nymeria? Miss Aqua, please relax. I'm here. Oh, you're safe. Yes, everything is fine. Okay. Please let me take a breath. Here, please drink this water. Feeling better now? Yes. I'm sorry. It is all right, Miss Aqua. Everyone has been surprised to see me here. What are you doing here anyway? We are starting to think that we might need to make a recording for the answer to this question. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. No problem, Miss Aqua. It is time for our break anyway. So, here is the deal. That's really interesting. Very nice of you to do this, Nymeria. It's nothing, really. But do you really think one day is enough to learn everything? Definitely not. But we do not want this to disturb this place's business for any longer. As if this place cares about business. Besides, we want to travel around the planet more. This coffee shop is a good start. But we cannot limit ourselves to just this place. Where do you want to go after this? Coachella. That's gonna be a big change. What? What are you going to do at Coachella? According to our research, there are many breedings happening during Coachella. That is why we decided that the event will be our next target. Well, you're not wrong. But didn't you say the baby has to be born out of love? Yes, we noticed that. But we also noticed that we need to know a lot more about Earthlings, including the breeding manners. That is what we will study in Coachella. After that, we will be very ready to breed with so many female Earthlings. I shouldn't say this, but hell, that sounds like the best plan you've had since you got here. We know. We are also surprised ourselves. But please, Miss Freya, let us stop talking about our plan. We will work here today. First, let us return to our spot behind the bar. So, our discussion with Miss Myrtle was stopped abruptly. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. What are you two doing together? It's nothing, we're just friends, you know? We just want to hang out and talk about our work. We both work in the same field, remember? Yes, that's it. I don't have that much experience in game development, you see. I thought your research was in computer graphics. Yes, but I've never made a game from scratch before. I was always a bystander. So I've been asking Myrtle for feedback from time to time. Today I wanted to thank her directly, but she arrived first, so I couldn't buy her a drink. Never mind that. I'd refuse it anyway. But, wait, if you want to thank her directly, does it mean you're done with the game? Excuse me, Miss Freya. It should be your, not your. Oh, so you are correcting my grammar now, huh? It was a slip of the tongue, okay? I'm sorry. How did you even pick up on that anyway? It's not like what I'm saying is written down anywhere. Wink. We just know. Back to you, Aqua. So, you're done with your game? There's quite a lot of things I need to polish and fix, but players can enjoy the experience from start to finish. What kind of feedback do you give people for a video game? That depends on the game. But in Aqua's case, most of my advice was about the pacing, control, and UI UX. It must be fun to have finished working on your creation. It surely removed some of the weight on my chest, just to replace it with another weight. You mean there's still more to come after you're done? I'm not done with my book. I just lost my job. And if I can't finish this draft on time, I'm done. And even after all that, if it doesn't sell well, I'm even more done. Doubly done. I'm sorry to hear that, Freya. But please be more confident. I'm even starting to doubt myself. I read some of your short stories, you know. After our first meeting, I subscribed to the Evening Whispers app, and then I read some of the stuff you wrote. They're really good, you know. Some of them are better than others, but it's still an enjoyable experience to read them. So I'm excited to check out your book once it's done. You're too kind, Aqua. What you're going through is more or less the same as what Myrtle's going through, so I'm sure you'll both be fine. Ugh, you don't have to talk about it in front of other people. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. It's just that sharing is caring, you know? Okay. Thank you for helping me share with other people. I really am sorry. I know, I said thanks already, right? But you put so much emphasis on share. That's sarcasm, I know that. Aqua, I'm sorry if it sounded that way, but yeah, I kind of get what you're dealing with. Although it's a bit different for me. What's your problem? Burnout. I've been working on something for 2 years straight, but no one outside the office knows about it, and those who do don't seem to appreciate it at all. I thought Full Metal Conflict had a new game every 2 years. Yes, I don't really work on them, not directly. So what do you work on? A secret project. I'll tell you under Friend DA, okay? Alright, I'm not with the paper anymore anyway. I'm part of a special team. We're tasked with making a breakthrough in the studio. We need to be able to make a prototype for a new IP. Or worst case, another FMC game in a different genre. Isn't that a dream job for some people? Huh, that's what I thought, at first. You're a writer, right? Imagine being a writer, but you can't publish anything you write. For years. That doesn't sound like a pleasant situation at all. My team has been making pitches, dozens of them, hundreds, thousands. Out of all those countless pitches, only a handful got approved for prototyping. And so far, none of the prototypes have been approved. Ouch. There's only 7 of us on the team. The 7 samurai, that's what they said. So you haven't released anything for the last 2 years? Sometimes our team works to support others. When they're going through a crunch cycle, they need to hit an almost impossible target. We jump in. No wonder you folks were considered the 7 samurai. I guess, yeah. By the way, Myrtle, I just realized. What? Usually developers get their vacation time after finishing a project, right? More or less, yeah. When was the last time you had a vacation? Before I joined this company, I guess. That's like 4 years ago. Uh-huh. Dude, no wonder you're so burned out. Yes, that's why. You need a vacation. But I can't just take one. You can. In fact, you will do it tomorrow. But tomorrow is... I'm not done yet. You will take tomorrow, the day after, and another day after off. But where should I go? Don't worry, I'll take care of that. You will? I'm going with you for this long weekend/vacation. What about Max West? That's not this weekend. Forget about it for now. Hey! Okay, but I can't do it tomorrow. How about starting Friday? It's still a long weekend getaway, right? All right. Oh, I'm so excited. Wow, Aqua. You look like a different person. Really? I'm sorry. Don't be. Okay, it's settled then. I need to go home now and prepare for our getaway. I'll come with you. To my apartment? No, we'll walk together to the bus stop, just like last time. Oh, okay then. Everyone, see you next week, okay? Have fun! Take care out there. May you find joy during your vacation. Okay, see you folks later. Where did he go, I wonder? Vacation, huh? You definitely need one, Freya. I know, but not now. I've got to finish this draft first. As we have said before, you can do it, Miss Freya. Thanks, Neil. Anyway, are you going to close anytime soon? Depends. Why? I'm in the mood for some writing. Then please, take your time. You sure? Do you want another drink to be going on with? Still in the house. I definitely won't say no. No. That was great. Alrighty, well, it's full moon time. I'm guessing that probably means we're gonna see Gala, etc. this next time. But let's see, who's live that we can go raid, because I gotta get going. Get ready to make dinner. Who is live now? Ooh, Wandering DM is live. Why don't we go say hi to them? A couple of our folks that are from the same TTRPG sphere hanging out there, so why don't we go say hi to them? I will probably be back early next week to stream, taking some time off this weekend. Thank you all very much for coming by. I appreciate it so much. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time.